Morning. Hey everybody. Oh hey. Oh hey. You can hear the bells outside. Your phone isn't cooperating? Oh no, that's not good. What's it doing? Why can't I see my profile photo? That's weird. Maybe go out and back in? Perhaps? She's good. She's good. In the middle of the night, I had to get up, to, what is on my hand? What? Something got on me. In the middle of the night, I had to get up to get some water, and the cold water made her wake up, and she was very kicky. So she's fine. It is only Monday, it's true. But I made a lot of slime yesterday. So that's nice, you know. It's almost time I packed a bunch of grab bag orders yesterday too, for the people who are just getting grab bags and nothing else. I packed those up, yeah. I kicked two if suddenly someone made me chilly while I was sleeping. Yeah. I always wonder, like, how much of the chill they can actually feel. Like, does it make them cold, or are they just, like, awakened? They can't get too cold, right? Because it's like, I don't know. Maybe it does chill them. I don't know. She said, cold water, Mom, what are you doing? And I said, I was thirsty, honey. I was thirsty. So I drank it. Max wouldn't illuminate it. Oh, yeah, so maybe not, right? Cold water definitely does it for this one. She also likes fruit snacks. She's a big fan of fruit snacks. Yes. Big fan of fruit snacks, this kid. Which is not surprising because I've never met a kid that's not a fan of fruit snacks. She prefer a nice cup of hot chocolate with sugar-free marshmallows. There you go. Mine would go crazy when I took a bath. Really? Oh, mine doesn't do anything when I take a bath. That's very interesting. Very interesting. I had to go to the hospital, so as soon as they put the monitor on, he kicked it. That's really funny. Hey, Valerie. How's it going? Coffee for all. Hey! We were just discussing all the different things that people's children have reacted to in the womb. How's Stephen after that tough loss last night? Oh man, Amanda, he was so, like, he was on the edge of his seat watching it. He was like, I could coach this game better than this. And it's funny because he's not the kind of person that gets like up in arms about stuff, but he was not a fan of whatever was going on. It was close though, you know, it was close. Yes, Jaden, definitely. Get you some coffee, my friends. Get you some coffee. Morning, Liz. How was the concert? It looked like you guys had a great time. Yeah. It is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. You're running a fever in one ear? That's weird. Hungry, so I'm going to eat a cheese stick. Can't right now because I'm at the doctor's office. That is fair, Jane. That is totally fair. Yes, second cup of coffee. I totally support that. Can't win them all. Unless you're Vikings. Very funny. Oh, very funny, Amanda. It was weird how many games yesterday all were like tied up till the end, you know? That is a surprise, Sonia. That is a surprise. Look at that. Look at that. I'm pretty confident I'm taking down Ray this week. Uh-oh, them's fighting words. I don't even know who I'm playing this week. I should probably check on that. Would we read Impossible Creatures? You know, I don't even know what that is, Roxy. Everything is up for debate, but I've never even heard of it. Losing to someone who has 3 people not playing. Yikes. Liz, that's not good. Oh, I know I'm playing Michelle this week. I just don't know who I'm playing next week. I guess there is one more day of this week. There's one more day of this week left in the fantasy realm. Did you see Lamb and Dax go? What does that mean? What does that mean, Amanda? Oh, CJ Lamb. I think Liz was at a Pink concert last night, so she really did not see it. Oh, copy. They got into a fight. I think we were watching that, actually. I think we were watching that game. I like the slimes you make. Well, thank you so much, Jaden. That's very nice of you. They're on the same team. There were a lot of fights yesterday. Good morning, Julia. There was a lot of everything yesterday, actually. My coffee this morning is really hitting the spot. Mine too. Honestly, I'm beating Ray. For all of us, she hasn't lost yet. Yeah, someone had to take her down, right? So, my QB in the other league had a bye week, and so I had to switch Horseboy in there, and honestly, he did me a solid and won the week for me. I'm thinking I might keep him in because, like, he did better than my regular QB's been doing, even though in previous weeks he hasn't been doing better. So I'm like on the fence. I'm like, do I leave him in? Do I switch back? It's hard to decide. That's not in the league I'm with you guys. That's the one I'm in with Secret Husband. You know, you got to get on that waiver wire, Liz, and switch them up. Yeah, that's pretty good. My regular QB is CJ Stroud, and he was out for the week. You know, everybody gets a week off, whatever, like that. Ooh, that's not good, Liz. That's not good. I had that dilemma with Cousins and Mahomes, kicking myself for not switching. I'm sorry, you have Kirk Cousins and Patrick Mahomes, Jack? Take several seats. Take several seats. You have both of them? We love Kirk Cousins in this household. Yesterday, Secret Husband said to me, well, Patrick Mahomes is considered the best in the league, technically. Hey, Ray, we were just talking about you and your winning streak. So yesterday, he was like, I really hate, he literally said, I hate that Patrick Mahomes' dumb wife has made me not like him anymore. Because I don't know if you guys saw, but Patrick Mahomes' wife came out as a Trump supporter. Well, Amanda, that's a different situation. Probably Becca. But Secret Husband is mad at her, as we all would be, right? I mean, we're all mad at her for that. And she and Taylor are not talking as a result of that, as you can see, because they don't hang out in the box together anymore. Did Mahomes break a toe? I don't know. We didn't see. Did Mahomes break a toe? I don't know anything about that. I have no idea. But he has a wife who supports things we don't. So we are not a fan. But we are Kirk Cousin fans. I know, she's not even invited, Amanda. I know. Listen, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? That's what I'm saying. Don't do that. Don't do that. Wishful thinking, I put it in the universe. Right, that's really funny. They do, Avery. I think Ray was just being funny. She just wanted him to break a toe. She like wants him to be injured, but not badly enough for it to hurt him, I think is what I'm interpreting here, if I know Ray well enough. It's very funny, you guys. It's very funny. I like it, right? And I like that I knew exactly what was going on. That's the one he said he liked, right? Wait, which one, Becca? I mean, he wasn't like a huge Patrick Mahomes fan before or anything like that, but he didn't dislike him before. But like, his wife has definitely put him on a downward trajectory for a lot of us for obvious reasons. Patrick himself has not come out and said anything, but like, oh, yeah. Exactly, Becca. That's what he said. He said like, oh, well, I like Mrs. Mahomes better. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that, Becca. Yes, exactly. That's exactly correct. Yes, I have to tell you guys, I don't think that Taylor Swift cares what a giant orange Cheeto ball thinks of her. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But I just, call me crazy, but I think she's doing fine even when he doesn't like her. Maybe better, who's to say? What to do if you butter slime like clay? Well, I do butter slime like clay because all butter slime has clay in it. So that would be a good thing. If your butter slime has clay in it, you're doing great. Rock on. Keep going. Yeah, I'm not usually that correct, but in this case, I think I am. Yeah. All right, let's get to reading. NFL is a lot more conservative. Yes, I think you're right. Secret Husband says stuff like that all the time, Jen. She doesn't care at all, but he cares so much that they bring it up every chance they get. I know, which makes it even funnier. Exactly, Becca. Live your life so that a mediocre white man would be upset with you. That's what we say, right? Yeah. I have something on my hand that looks like creamer, but like chocolate creamer. I don't know. I don't think so, Roxy. I don't think so. I do not think so. Do you guys want to see my hat? He isn't even mediocre, you're right. But do you guys want to see my hat? I got a hat. Do you want to see it? Hold on. Hold on. What do you think? What do you think? I'm not even a hat person, but I had to own this one. It felt right. This felt like a hat that I wanted in my collection, even if I only wear it one day. And I think we all know what day that will be. Yeah. It says everything you needed to say, right? It's pretty cute. I'm not a hat person, so it doesn't sit well on me. I think I need to make it smaller. I think I linked everyone, Avery, but I can do it again. I can link you guys again if everyone wants it. I just found it on Facebook of all places, but I saw it and I was like, it says everything that I need it to say, right? It's pretty clear, I think. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, if someone reminds me when we're done here, I'll totally link everybody again. I have no problem linking everybody. I mean, it's just I literally just got a link off of Facebook and bought it. I will tell you, it did take a little while to arrive. I don't know if they were like back ordered or whatever, but it wasn't like a fast. It wasn't like the Zon 2-day shipping or anything like that. I think it's supposed to be Kamala, actually, because it looks like it's a pantsuit. And I don't think Taylor would wear a pantsuit. Is it good if you add lotion to butter slime? Yes, definitely. Definitely add lotion to butter slime. 100%. I always do. My hair is very full. My hair is very full, yes. I also just washed it and let it like go naturally, so that's probably part of it as well. Yeah. Oh, coffee. Okay, let's read our most currently beloved book. Curly Hair is it's a journey, Roxy. That's what Secret Husband and I have actually been talking about this because we don't know. Yeah, that's true. You do, Becca. You're right about that. We don't know what kind of hair our daughter's going to get, except, of course, according to Becca's daughter, we know that it is going to come out rainbow. So, like, aside from the color, which we know is going to be rainbow, we don't know if she's going to have straight hair, curly hair, or wavy hair. She could have any of the above because your husband has mostly straight hair with a very small wave to it, but his mom has curly hair, his dad has curly hair, I have curly hair, my mom has wavy hair, my sister has curly hair, and so does her daughter, but her son doesn't. Her husband has extremely curly hair. Not that he has any genetic play into this child or anything like that. Yeah, for everyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, yesterday, Becca's daughter, Ellie, said, Mommy, what color is, insert baby's name here, hair, eyes? And Becca said, honey, we don't know what color her eyes are yet. She's still inside Aunt Sasha's tummy. And she said, oh. And then she said, what color is her head? Oh, never mind. I know, it's rainbow. And stopped herself. And I looked at Secret Husband and I said, Ellie thinks that our baby's going to come out with rainbow hair, and he said, that tracks. I was like, he said, if any kid's going to do it, it's going to be this one. So, yes, she believes that this child will be born with rainbow hair. It's very cute. Will she be born with hair at all? We don't know. See, that's the thing. I was born with hair, but Secret Husband was not. My husband and I have curly hair, and 2 or 3 of my kids have it too. Jeans are fun. Yeah, it's weird. She won't hear any different. She's absolutely adamant. Yeah, we'll have to get her a wig if she doesn't have it, just for Ellie. They can come out with different colors. Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. My sister definitely did, Ray. I didn't. My hair's been the same color all of my existence, but my sister was born with no hair, but then for the first 2 years of her life, she had red hair, and now she has like auburn brown hair. So you really just don't know. I mean, Ellie's curls and Sawyer's hairpins are, yeah, exactly, and they're from the same batch. I was born with all the hairs. All 5 of my kids are bald or a tiny bit. Yeah, it's weird, right, Amanda? You just don't know. You just don't know. Zoe had a little bit of hair when she was born, just a little bit. She wasn't as bald as her mom was, that's for sure. So you just don't know. You just don't know. There's no way to predict it. Yes, she definitely needs rainbow hats, Roxy. I had the worst heartburn, so that's a lie. Yeah, I don't really have heartburn at all. Not really. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. I could see Emma's hair on the ultrasound. Really? How's that? It was so much? My youngest was white blonde hair, and we can't find anyone else in our family who did. Becca's son, one of them, she has 2 blonde sons, but one of them is like white blonde, and the other one is like regular blonde. In my opinion, I don't know if Becca would categorize them that way, but I kind of do. I had all the heartburn, all of mine had hair. Interesting. I could see Brandon's hair on the ultrasound too. Really? Really? I wonder if towards the end, like at what stage, like at the very end, you could see it. Not like, we're at 22 weeks, not at this stage, you wouldn't see it. We definitely didn't see anything on our ultrasound, so either she's bald or it's too early. Max had long hair on the ultrasound. Really? Really? 34 weeks. Okay, well, I'll keep an eye out. I mean, we don't know. We don't know. I'm both curly haired and extremely hormonal, so that tracks. That's funny. Yes, Anya's hair is similar to the kind of hair that I had definitely after 30 weeks. Okay, all right. Well, we'll keep an eye out for it. I don't know. I don't know. But that's okay. I don't have any alive kids yet. I am currently cooking a kid. I was born with black straight hair, and then before I was one, I had curly blonde hair. What? That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I was born with straight black hair, but it got curly very fast. But it was always this color. Always. Yeah. I don't know. We'll just see. I mean, the thing is, this baby has genes of every color in her immediate family, like grandparents to parents. So like her Punnett square is, yeah, me too, Becca. That's kind of where I'm like hoping for like a Merida kind of situation here, right? You know, like big red curly hair. I'm really hoping for that for her. I think it would be very cute. I thought of another old timey name that you and Hus might use. So we have already picked a name, but I do love the name Clara. So that is not, it wouldn't have been out of the realm of possibility. I do like the name, but we have already named her. But Clara's a beautiful name. I like Claire, I like Clara. All of those names are beautiful. Totally adore them. Big fan. Yeah. But she does already have a name. But you need to tell me if your predictions came true. Wait, what predictions? What predictions did I have? Hi all, I've been drowning in life. I hadn't catch up on the book. I'll be back ASAP. Yes, please catch up. It's such a funny book. I got a Facebook message to teach for. That's amazing, Anya. What a moment. Oh my gosh, how very full circle for you. That's lovely. That's really fantastic. You'll have to tell us all about how that goes down. If we have another girl, I do. Well, Eleanor, I mean, we are big fans of the name Eleanor in this group for obvious reasons. She does have a very cute name. Wait, oh, with her hair or no hair. Yes, so we are going to do, yes, we're going to do a prediction thing with you guys as well. So at her baby shower, everyone is going to fill out predictions, but I'm also going to let everyone here fill out predictions, and then anything could happen in the last 15 minutes from Saturday. No, I think it was just pretty much continuing right on, Jen. I'll reread. Give me 1 second. Oh, actually, sorry, Jen. That was a lie. 1 second. Becca, you're totally invited if you want to come, but it seems like really poor timing for you. She turned her exes into rats. So I don't know if you missed that. Get chopped up. What? I don't like that. Santa will handle it. Okay, great. But what I was saying was we will have a prediction thing, like a little form for everybody to fill out, and then when she's born, we will tell everyone like what came out. I don't even know what you're referring to, but I got a couple of exes who would be better suited as rats. Yeah, in the book we're reading, she turned her exes into rats at the very end of the last chapter. You must hate Becca because you plan it when she can't come. That's right. That's right, Liz. That's exactly right. That's exactly correct. I did this as a personal slight to Becca specifically. For some reason, I think she'll only have a little hair, but it'll change. Yeah, I mean, we just don't know. We just don't know. But everyone's going to make predictions. I figure like early January is a good time for us to make predictions, right? Because she's going to be born in February. Making predictions before that seems silly. Or am I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's not going to change, right? I really have no idea. Sure. Yeah, Becca, that's a lot. I think it's hard not to picture that right now because that's all we know, right? She's my only, like, although I do have, okay, so we are going to read in a second, I promise, but I technically do have one other niece, but I think she got her hair from the side that is not blood related to me. I have another niece from a sister that I did not grow up with, so we're not like close or anything like that, but that niece has like orange red hair, not auburn red hair, like orange red hair, and she is a teenager. I don't know her very well because, like I said, I did not grow up with her mother, but she has extremely red hair, like way redder than Secret Husband. My niece might be Annie. Yeah. It's like when Secret Husband and I were first talking before we met, he described himself with like extreme red hair. Secret Husband does not have extreme red hair. He was blowing it out of proportion because as he says, he likes to temper expectations because he didn't want me to be disappointed because he thinks people don't like red hair. His hair's not that red, you guys. It's really not. It's like blondish, brownish red. Like, it's really not that red. It's nice. It's a good color. I would be happy to pass it on in a jean, but it's not that red. It's really not. I mean, like, Becca can tell you, and Liz can tell you, like, yeah, I just don't care. But it is interesting. Yeah, he's a slight ginger, just like very slight. It's like actual ginger, like the what, it's darker, not like Carrot Top, like Auburn. Yes, it's definitely that, Becca. Yeah. His mom has brownish red hair and his dad has blonde hair, and I feel like he got the perfect combo of their two hairs. If you see their hair and then you look at like the strands of his hair, it's like all mixed in there. So his hair, like all of his hairs are like all different colors, and then when you see it, it looks red from afar, but when you look up close, they're all different colors. So who knows? Anyway, it's not as red as he described it before we met, that's for darn sure. But let's read about a woman who has terrible exes that she turned into. That's funny, Jack. I think he'd love to cut his hair, honestly. He hates having long hair, but he knows I like it, so he kind of leaves it for me. But I think he's gonna cut it before the baby's born. Under promise, over deliver. Exactly, yeah. Hey, Grayson. Oh, Grayson can tell you. Grayson knows. Grayson, on a scale of Auburn to Ariel, where would you say Secret Husband's hair falls? What a ridiculous question to come into. Grayson's like, Sasha, you are the strangest sister-in-law I have. And I'm like, yeah, it's all good, man. Yeah, I'm preparing myself for that, Jen. I am prepping. Grayson and her wife, our other sister-in-law, just got back from their Strawberry Auburn. That's exactly what I would say. That's exactly right, Grayson. Thank you. Yep, Grayson confirmed. So that's a really good description of it. It's a really good description. It's the train toys that move that are real danger. Yeah, though, seriously. The ones that like, yeah, seriously. Oh my gosh, they can get stuck in your hair can get stuck in it. Yes. I think that's right. I think that's right, Grayson. That's what I would say. Okay, let's read chapter 7, you guys, because it's Monday and we have work to do today for obvious reasons. Secret brother. He was a good big brother. My nephew dropped one on my head. Oh my God. And you have the most beautiful hair too. I would hate for that to happen with your gorgeous red hair. Oh my God. Sadsies. Sadsies. All right. Chapter 7. I don't know where that voice came from. That's not in this book yet. He'd forgotten how exhausting Sienna could actually be. Josh had lived in Brookfield Manor for a week now. Brook Manor Farm for a week now, and had managed to get a new bed and some space heaters. Sienna had been here for 12 hours and... Sienna, why is there someone on the phone arranging the delivery of a sofa, 2 chairs, a coffee table, a bed, a chest of drawers, and, he squinted at his notes, an armoire? What even is an armoire? Sienna. It's a wardrobe, she called back. Aren't they also sending bed linen? Oh, well, apparently that's a separate delivery. He stood in the doorway of the living room where she had made a nest out of the furniture that she had bought that morning. This consisted of a huge beanbag, a pile of blankets, a garden table, chairs, and a small mountain of cushions. She had spotted this haul in the store that Josh had gone to for towels and kitchenware while she bickered over the safety features at the car dealership next door. The car, a surprisingly sensible family model, sat outside on the drive. Josh had to admit that it would be nice to have a proper transportation and not have to beg the local taxi firm to pick him up whenever they had the time. Also, in the small retail park Sienna had Googled for, there had been a tech store where she had demanded of a hapless employee how to get Wi-Fi in a house where the phone had been disconnected since 1997. There was now a sleek Wi-Fi thing
sitting on the kitchen counter, and it appeared to be working, as did the large TV that his sister had purchased at the same time. "Well, it's not great for streaming," she said critically, regarding the behemoth sitting on the slightly musty carpet in the living room, "but it'll do until we can get full fiber installed here. They said they can come out on Wednesday." "You already bought it." Josh stopped himself. There was never any stopping Sienna when she was in a shopaholic mode, and right now she appeared to have added nesting instincts into the mix. "Also, I'm talking to the heating and water people because, oh my God, Josh, you cannot live in a house where only hot water comes from one frankly inadequate shower. Honestly, it's unsanitary. I can't raise a child here like this." Raise a child? Josh had not at any point offered to co-parent with his sister, but she appeared to have decided that this was the house that she was going to bring up her baby in, and he was going to help her do it. He should probably be mad about that. Right now, he was just definitely mostly confused about it. "And there's a room upstairs that is full of broken glass, Josh." "Right," Josh sighed. He had never gotten around to sweeping that up. "Also, I'm looking up contractors for the new bathroom because, ew." "Hey, I scrubbed that bathroom," said Josh. "You could eat your breakfast out of that tub." Sienna stared at him from her beanbag. She had a plate of toast resting on her belly and jam smeared on her lips. "I repeat," she said. "Ew." Josh rolled his eyes. "Anyway, a second bathroom is what I meant. There are already 3 rooms in the back of the house with the view over the field, one for a bedroom and one to split into a bathroom and a dressing room, and the third one for the baby. Of course, it won't be needed just yet because it hasn't even been born yet. No, because it'll sleep with me. But it's so much better to have your own bathroom. Also, we should probably replace the toilet downstairs because the flush thing up on the wall, that's just insane. It's like being in the..." She cast around for an appropriately backwards era. "I don't know, being in the 70s or something." Josh scratched at his neck. He'd slept on the sofa with one blanket that Sienna hadn't appropriated, or at least attempted to. His dreams had been full of talking glass parrots and giant plants that tried to flirt with him. The room was freezing and the sofa was lumpy, but at least he'd come out of it with a new piece of knowledge. This sofa definitely had fleas. It was now sitting on the driveway, being gently drizzled on. Josh had dragged it out there first thing in the morning and then walked to the village for some chamomile lotion and antihistamines. He'd been kind of hoping that he would bump into Essie, or maybe one of her friends, but there had been no sign of them. He was a little worried that she'd run off last night after their kiss. Was it Sienna's presence, or was he a lousy kisser and nobody had ever told him? "Okay, also, I'm ordering kitchen stuff because seriously, Josh, you cannot continue to live off of microwave meals." "I don't live off microwave meals," Josh protested, but it was a weak protest. He was living off of meals that you could just add hot water to and meals that you could buy from the Chinese takeaway in the village, although that had proved a confusing experience because it turned out English Chinese food was very different from American Chinese food, and he really still wasn't sure what he had eaten. "I will tell you." Yeah, definitely that. "Hey, Mary, we're just getting started. Don't worry, we're not too far into it." Speaking as someone who went to England and was shocked by how awkward the food was, Italian food is also not the same in England as it is anywhere else. Just for the record. Even pasta, it's just not the same. So don't do it. Don't do it. That huge old stove in the kitchen, it's really cute, and I totally think that it should stay, but I am not cooking any food on it, and honestly, neither should you. So I'm ordering new appliances, and you should really think about getting the whole kitchen remodeled because it's kind of got a Downton thing going on, but seriously, I saw something move at the back of the cupboards, and Josh let her voice wash over him. Sienna had an immense amount of money, and he had none, and the house really did need fixing up. He tried to be proud of the whole thing and keep her from paying for it all, but at the end of the day, it was a drop in the vast ocean of her wealth, and he was down to his last metaphorical cup of water. Cups, actually, he should buy some of those too. Sienna had discovered a liking for English tea. A movement outside caught his eye. The house was surrounded by handsome, mature trees, and something was flailing in one of them. Josh peered through the slightly grimy window. Was that an eagle? Do they have eagles here? Or maybe a stork? A heron? His bird knowledge was hazy. The bird screamed, and Josh wondered what kind of fowl made a cry that sounded much like quack. I'll be right back, he said, and dashed outside. There was something thrashing in one of the trees, something way bigger than a bird, something human-sized. Josh scanned the sky as if that would be any help at all, but there were no planes, no helicopters around, no signs of a parachute or a paraglider. Hi? He called out, and something fell out of the tree and clattered to the ground. It looked very much like a broomstick. We use them for sweeping, Mr. Henderson. He remembered her saying that, but he didn't remember when or why. Why did it always feel like there was more going on with Essie than what he knew about? He knew it was Essie, and for some reason he couldn't picture anyone else crashing around in a tree outside of his house. Guiltily, he was aware that he should probably have sent her a text or something like that last night, or at least maybe this morning. Sienna had interrupted the kiss just as it had been getting really interesting, and Josh's dreams had been interspersed with some very pleasant fantasies about Essie soothing his flea bites with her lip. Gotcha! I've gotcha, you bastard. There was a squealing sound and then more rustling, and Josh considered taking a seat on the flea-bitten sofa while he waited, but he decided against it. Finally, a pair of boots appeared, followed by denim legs, and then with a slight yelp and a scramble, Essie more or less just slid out of the tree. He squinted through the drizzle and didn't seem keen on going away. Fuck! She muttered, grasping at a sack in one of her hands and rubbing her knee with the other. There weren't twigs in her hair, and the strap of her dungarees had come undone. Do you need a hand? Josh inquired as she spun around guiltily. Her lips parted as if to say something, and the last time he'd seen those lips, he had been kissing them. Hi, she said, and tugged self-consciously on the string holding the sack closed. Good morning.
Good morning.
Something inside it wriggled. Well, she said, how long have you been standing there? Josh cleared his throat too and tried not to think about how soft and warm she had felt. Long enough to see you fall out of my tree, he said and nodded at the sack. What you got there in your bag? He watched the possibilities chase each other across her face, and eventually she said uncertainly, a rat, a pet rat. It got loose. It got loose in a tree. It ran away from... Her eyes darted around. From me? She said, and cast around on the ground, spying her broomstick, and marched over to pick it up. Or at least, she tried to march over to pick it up. Josh realized that the knee of her dungarees was torn, and she was limping because of it. Are you okay? No, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. I'm dandy. I do have to go, though. Essie? He crunched over the gravel towards her, and she took a step back. She held the broomstick as if it was a barrier between them. What's going on? He wanted to ask, why did you run away last night? Nothing. My rat ran away. That's all. I should get him back. He looked down at the wriggling sack and then back up at her. Your rat ran away to here. Her shoulders slumped. Yes, apparently I'm being haunted by the ghosts of boyfriends past, all congregating together. And next up will probably be Bobby Fincher, who pulled my ponytail and ran away when we were 7. Josh had very little idea what in the world she was talking about. I'm sorry, the rat is your boyfriend? She winced. It's a metaphor? I see. He didn't see. Look, so about last night. No, I don't want to talk about it. Well, I do. You just left. I turned around and you had vanished. I thought that. He remembered the feeling of her in his arms, and the softness of her lips against his, and the sound that she'd made. And then it had been a good kiss. Hey, listen, I thought it was going well, he finished lamely. Essie's eyes went wide for a second, and then she spatted a laugh. Well, she said, yeah, you walked me home. I was terrified. We kissed, and then, yes, and then, she said as if he was incredibly stupid. Yeah, and then my sister turned up with impeccable timing, and you ran away. The drizzle was coming harder now, and Josh swiped at his wet face. Your, Essie began, and the world turned a few times before she finished. Sister? Yeah, well, half-sister, actually. It's kind of a long story. And no, I didn't even know she was coming. I thought she was in France or something like that, and she got on the Eurostar, and anyway, she's here now. And it's like a giant buzzkill that she is. And why are you staring at me like that? That woman, Essie said, as the rain began to spatter quite hard, in the red dress. That's your sister? Yeah, Josh said, and the realization hit. Oh my God. Did you thought she was, ew, God, no. Oh my God, no. She's not your girlfriend? No, I'm from Seattle, not Kentucky. And the baby is my niece or nephew. Jesus, Essie, why did you leap to that conclusion? Essie stared up at him as the rain turned her hair dark red and the sack gave an angry squeal. Well, I guess all my exes have been rat bastards, she said. Great, well, good to know that you gave me a fighting chance, he snapped. Essie opened her mouth and then hesitated, and from the house inside, Sienna called, "Josh, it's really coming down. You should probably come inside." "I'm from Seattle," he called back. Rain could not hurt him. "Wait, does the roof leak?" Sienna craned her head out of the door as if she could see it from there. "Oh, God, I hope not," he sighed and turned back toward the house. And then he stopped, glanced back at Essie, whose arms were scratched and bruised and whose dungarees were torn, and said, "You should probably come inside." Brook Manor Farm was probably in a better state than it had been last time Essie saw it, back when Mrs. Cropley still lived there and she'd mostly occupied the kitchen and her bedroom. The whole house had been left to gather dust and mold, and now, although the wallpaper was peeling, there was hardly any furniture, but at least it looked vaguely clean. As he stood in the doorway, the house had been subtly repelling her after Agatha died, but she didn't know why. The witch ball? That was just nonsense. Essie hadn't believed in it, and neither had Agatha. But she never took it down either, Essie thought to herself. She took an experimental step forward, and nothing happened except that she stepped inside the kitchen. "Hi!" Josh's sister was far too perky for someone 8 months pregnant. "I'm Sienna. It's so nice to meet you. I'm glad that Josh is making friends." Friends? Well, she knew what his tongue tasted like, so that was one way of defining their relationship. "I'm not in kindergarten, Sienna," he grumbled. "Well, with that sunny personality and all," Sienna carried on, "you look drenched. Come in and sit by the heater. We don't have proper heating yet, and I want to light a fire, but Josh said that there are bees in the chimney." "No, I said that there might be bees in the chimney," he said, and reluctantly he added, "Do you guys still have chimney sweeps here?" "Yeah, I'll get Dick Van Dyke on the phone right away," Essie replied. They mostly did their own chimneys at Beldam House, and she assumed other inhabitants of Goodwinter who lived in old houses had some kind of arrangement. Not everyone could enchant a sweep's brush up to fly down the chimney itself. "I could have a look for you," she offered. "If it's bees, you really should just leave them, but there could be a bird's nest or something up there that could be removed." "You know how to clean old chimneys?" Josh said, and he still seemed very annoyed with her as he banged around in the kitchen, putting a kettle on and poking into boxes. The whole place had a very unpacked look about it. Well, kind of. I need to bring over a brush or something like that," she said vaguely. "Like that brush over there?" He realized she was still holding her broomstick. "No, this one is for floors," she said. "Oh, good. Well, then you can help with the upstairs bedroom," he said cryptically. "What's in the bag?" Sienna asked as she leaned over to Essie and led her into the sparse living room and settled into a beanbag nest. It's my pet rat," Essie said, emphasizing the pet part and not the rat part. "It escaped, but I've got it now, and it's not dangerous in any way whatsoever." Sienna shrugged. My friend Kendall used to go out with this guy who kept tarantulas. I personally did not see the appeal, but they were mostly harmless." She shuddered. "Mostly. You don't have spiders like that here, do you?" "No," as he said firmly, although when Avery was in one of their moods, they had definitely been some hairy incidents. "No, definitely not. There's a massive lack of scary things that can kill you here," she said, and tried to ignore the little voice in her head that said, "like witch hunters." The most dangerous things that are here, "The most dangerous things you have here are cows," said Josh, coming in, handing her a mug of what looked and smelled very much like tea. He gave her a small bit of a smile as he did so, and as he smiled back, because maybe he wasn't really mad at her for making such a stupid assumption last night. "Okay, I gotta stop you. I actually don't think it was that stupid of an assumption. Am I crazy? I think it was a perfectly logical assumption. Right? Like, it's the same conclusion we all would have come to in this situation. I don't know. I think everybody would have. Maybe we're all just too cynical. Maybe Becca, exactly. Yeah, this is whatever. Anyway, the moral of the story is I don't think it was that crazy. He didn't appear to have shaved this morning. The dark stubble on his jaw looked as though it would feel really good against the palm of her hand. Cows? That's random. Listen, Essie, it's Essie, right? Do you know how I register with a doctor around here? Like, do I just walk in and get an appointment, or do I have to prove my citizenship, or like what? Morning, Catherine. Maybe he's just upset because she ran off without finding out. I can totally get on his side for being upset without clarifying, but it's not a weird assumption to come to. She probably could have just asked, like, oh, introduce me to your friend, and then he would be like, this is my sister Sienna, you know what I mean? And then it all would have been cleared up in like 2 seconds. But anyway, Oh, do you have British citizenship? Asked Essie doubtfully, because Sienna's accent was pure Californian. They both nodded. Yeah, our father was British, Josh explained. A slight shadow came over Sienna's face. We all have dual citizenship. Handy, said Essie, who'd never visited the local surgery in her life. The witches were adept at treating most ailments, and if push came to shove, Blessing had undertaken actual NHS training in order to get her midwifery license. I'm not sure, honestly. I do think you can just register. I'll check with my sister. She hesitated. Blessing had made that poppet after all. My sister's a midwife. Sienna's eyes lit up. A midwife? Like in that cute drama series? Oh my gosh, does she wear a little cape and a hat? No, not since the 80s, Essie said absently. I'll get her to come around if you like. Oh, that would be amazing. You should also see a doctor, Josh said patiently. Essie opened her mouth to explain the British system to them, but then shut her mouth. Blessing would probably be breezing in of her own accord soon enough, and it would literally be her job to take care of that kind of thing. So why don't I have a look at that chimney? Essie said. Do you have literally be her job to take care of that kind of thing? So why don't I have a look at that chimney? Essie said. Do you have access to the room? Sorry, I got a spam call. Did it knock me off? Are we still here? Looks like we're still here. We might be okay. I might have caught it fast enough and just clicked away. Okay, cool. Josh said he didn't know, so she went upstairs with him to see if there was an attic door, and also just to be nosy. Witches, Essie had also noticed, were incurably nosy. The upstairs hallway was the sort that you got when a house had been adapted and extended over the years. There were little corners and doors, slightly asymmetrical places, but after Beldam House, Essie could probably navigate anything. She noticed that only one bedroom appeared to contain any furniture, and that it also contained several large suitcases and many feminine accessories. Yeah, Sienna took my bedroom, Josh explained. I don't know, there's only one bed, so I took the sofa. What sofa? Essie said, because in the living room that had contained Sienna's beanbag and nothing else, there was no sofa. The one outside in the rain, he admitted. I should have gotten something at the store today, quite probably. Why is the sofa outside in the rain? Were you going for like a Friends opening sequence vibe, or like, he smiled at that. No, not exactly. It was more of a yikes, I just found out my sofa has fleas kind of vibe. He showed her his wrist, which was pink with bites. She took his hand and bent her head to examine them. She probably had an ointment for this at home somewhere, but actually the bites didn't look too bad. If anything, they looked like they had been healing for a while. The back of Josh's hand was rough with hairs, and there were small calluses on his palm, and the plaster on his thumb had gone. Her fingertips moved of their own accord to feel the texture of his skin. I did shower immediately, he assured her, and my clothes are in a trash bag because I don't have a... Well, is there a laundromat around here? Essie dropped his hand. She'd met Sean at the laundromat on campus when she was at university. He was still wriggling around in the sack that she had slung over her shoulder. Damn it, she had to get home and change him back before he was permanently damaged. Yeah, no, I think maybe in town there's one, and then she noticed something. There was a door behind Josh, which was closed, an ordinary door, just like all the other doors, and yet... Oh yeah, because there's a twin tub in the scullery, at least I think that's what it is, but when I opened it, the smell was not good, said Josh. No, yeah, probably not, Essie said, trying to find her place in the conversation. There was something behind that door. I guess I'll have to add that to the list of boring things that Sienna doesn't want to buy, he said. I'm pretty sure once the baby comes, she'll appreciate being able to wash and dry. Not that I'm entirely sure she knows what laundry is or how to do it. Okay, so anyway, what is it? I swear to God, I don't have fleas. I've washed my hair twice and everything else. Why are you looking at me like that? He gave her a smile to tell her that he was joking, but the tension coming from the room behind him kept sucking at Essie's attention. What's in there? She said. Josh glanced at the door. Nothing, except some broken glass. Broken. He shrugged and moved to open the door. There was this fishing float or something hanging in the window, and I guess something must have... I don't know. Wait, sorry. There was this fishing float or something that was hanging in the window, and I guess something must have, I don't know, broke the string or something, and the witch ball. She felt it smash in the pit of her stomach. Of course, that was the window Agatha Cropley had hung the witch ball in, the witch ball that she had declared stoutly to be stuff and nonsense. Essie had never really been quite sure if Agatha knew exactly who she and her sisters were, but now Agatha was dead, and nobody had been here for years, and the witch ball her ancestors had hung there had laid shattered on the floor by the window, and the house kept repelling Essie. "Yeah, sorry, I meant to clean it up yesterday, but one thing led to another," and Josh said. There were scraps of paper on the windowsill. "Careful with that," said Josh as she moved closer. "The glass is sharp. Remember my life-threatening injury?" he joked, holding up his thumb, and Essie felt her jaw drop as she gazed and turned horrified to the parchment on the windowsill. "Speaking of, do you want to wash up? That tree attacked you pretty bad back there." Essie ignored him. Did you?" she said, and tried to move closer, but the broken witch ball repelled her, pushing her further into the room like she was wading through treacle. "Did you read what that said?" Josh shrugged. "No, he frowned. I don't remember." There was a reddish-brown stain on the parchment. "Did you pick it up?" "Yeah, it's pretty ancient. I wonder if it's valuable or something," he said, moving past her in the room. "No, don't. Don't. The glass," Essie said. "It's dangerous, and you already cut yourself once." He paused and gave her a curious look as if she was acting strangely, which she was. Essie didn't know what the parchment said, but she knew the thresholds and hearths were important, and she knew witch balls were meant to repel witches, and she knew blood seal promises, and she knew whatever was on that piece of old vellum made her feel queasy. "He invited you in," she thought, "and Sienna told you to sit by the heater. You've been invited to cross the threshold and sit by the hearth." So whatever had been in that witch ball hadn't been a protection against witches, or else Josh spilling his blood on it surely would have had some effect. Just because he didn't remember reading it doesn't mean that he hadn't read it. "Maybe," she said slowly, "you can take a picture of it after you've cleaned up the glass and then send it to me." Surely she could look at a picture of a piece of parchment. I know someone who might be interested." "Sure," Josh said. "Who?" "Me," she thought. "A relative," Essie said. "Now, we were gonna go look at that chimney." Dun, dun, dun. Well. That's funny, Becca, because they're actually like double the length of the previous book, right? I know, it's never boring. I'm so excited to continue with these characters too. I know. We noticed that, Claire. It's weird. It didn't happen any on the trip at all. Just here. It's weird. It's very weird. Yeah, it's super weird. But that is that. All right, I will see you. It's not on, Becca. No. I will be on. No, not at all. Yeah. I will be on later to make more slime. Don't forget, tomorrow is Roll for Slime After Dark. So if you're hoping to get one of those, make sure you sign up. I don't know. That's pretty much the whole kit and caboodle. I don't know what time I'll be on this afternoon, but probably regular time. That's kind of it. So I will see you all later. If you are in the Rainbow Fantasy League, may the odds be ever in your favor. I've already lost for the week because I have no players tonight, so I know I'm out, but good luck to all of you who still have players tonight. And hopefully next week will be better for me. We'll see. Who knows? I don't know. Have a great day until then.